Yo, people, what's going on? Back again with another footy talk. And yeah, bruv, different week, same story for Chelsea, blood.
Yep. And not for you, bro. Even you got to win.
Yeah, just
Everyone's just
about, bro.
fighting away from us now.
Just about. We were rubbish, though, innit? Like, to be fair to Chelsea, when I watched it, bro, you had enough chances to win about 2 or 3 football matches. And
Mm-hmm.
if your problem, yeah, is not taking your chances, yeah, that's a better problem than not creating chances, isn't it? That's the only thing I would say. But, bruv, oh my days. Between Sterling, see the way Sterling started the season and everyone was like, oh yeah, he's found his feet and that, bruv, that guy still can't finish, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if he could finish, he would have won the game. Chilwell had a decent chance as well. Jackson's chance, if he just opens his body up and passes it in, it's an easy finish. I don't know why he takes it early. Like, bro, you could have scored like 4 or 5 goals in the game. I'll be real.
Yeah, that's Chelsea for you, isn't it? Could have scored 2-3 goals, but we don't. We concede 1 goal and we can never come back. Sounds just like last season. Except it's different players now. I agree. Finishing did cost us. That's why the first thing I've said before every stream, before every video is do not talk to me about the red card. I don't care. Whether it was a red card, whether it was not. Loki didn't think it was. I don't care. That's not the reason why we dropped points. It's got nothing to do with that. Number one, we didn't finish our chances. Number two, Poch is a bitch. Simple as. Oh yeah, sorry to Dave. I keep forgetting.
It's all good. Like,
Yeah,
like
what
what specifically?
Oh,
What specifically about Poch that you're blaming him for this?
Right, so 0-0, we get a red card. What is the mindset when you haven't scored in 2 games and you need to win a game? Still try and win, no?
Yeah.
Still try and put everybody out there to try and get a result. You know what he does? He takes off our only creative outlet in Mudryk, a guy who yet again was robbed of 2 assists, by the way, to bring on Chilwell. What's that meant to do? How is that meant to help us win?
Yeah.
Then he takes off our striker for a DM. Again, how is that meant to help my team win?
It's not.
Then we go 1-0 down. Individual errors cost a goal. Fair enough. Then with 10 minutes left,
to be fair, Colwell does extremely well there, yeah. And it's just a great finish. I'll be real. Like, 9 times out of 10.
Colwell I was looking at, though, is more Thiago Silva for the dispossession and being too slow to come back. Plus, I think it's a bit of a tight angle and Sanchez.
It was extremely tight. It was just unlucky, innit? Because when I watched it, yeah, Colwell did everything right to block the first shot. And also, yeah, come on, bro. Like, Ollie Watkins, bruv. If he gets that chance from that angle, like 9 times out of 10, yeah, he's not scoring, bruv. You know, like that. It's just one of them ones where it's like everything that can go wrong for Chelsea is going wrong for them at the moment.
Yep.
That's just exactly what it is. It's a tight angle. It's gone through the keeper's legs. Can't really blame the goalkeeper because that's the only place it can go. Like, as a striker, when you're at a tight angle, you're always taught to shoot at the keeper's legs because they can't close their legs quick enough. It's the only place you can go in it. That's the only place that Watkins could have scored that goal. And he
I don't even have that much energy for Sanchez only because he's the only reason why.
And he made some crazy saves, yeah.
Yep. If that was Kepa in goal, we're talking about unsavable shots and Kepa attacks and top corners and all of that. No, Sanchez did his thing. Second game again where he's our man of the match, but man of the match being your goalkeeper is alarming. The problem is it again took us to go 1-0 down for Poch to start attacking and start making attacking substitutions. He decides at 1-0 down, now I'm going to bring on a striker. What did you take our striker off for? You just wasted a substitution. Yet again, Pochettino's protect the point mentality comes out to shine again. That's why I can talk about the finishing. I get it. Like, our attackers let him down. But the fact is, this isn't a game that Poch coached to win for. It's a game that Poch coached to try and get a point. Again.
Yeah.
Again, during the easier run of games. It's just a weak-minded Tottenham mentality. And I see Tottenham fans talking about how the mentality's improved over the last 4 games. How they have a manager with the right mindset. You see how the right mindset can filter towards the players. Because before they were of Poch's mindset. Protect the points, be defensive-minded. It's okay to drop points. When Harry Kane was talking about how the mentality at Spurs is you can lose a couple of games and it's not really a disaster, why is that? Who built that mentality at Tottenham? Pochettino.
It's been there though, isn't it? Like, hey, I wouldn't blame Poch for Tottenham's mentality. They've never had a mentality. However,
no, but at their best, the mentality that they always look back on for peak Tottenham.
Yeah. It was always okay to lose, even at their best. You're right.
That's my problem. Everything comes back to the mentality of this manager, the game management of this manager, and it's all set up to be weak-minded. It's all set up for excuses, lack of experience, too many injuries. We had chances. It's a process. Everything about this football club is an excuse. And it's pathetic. I'm genuinely seeing the mentality of this club disappear. We're now accepting draws. We're accepting results. We're saying it's ridiculous to be against the manager. You need to have blind faith. I was here mocking United fans for having blind faith in Oli back in the day. Yeah. I was here mocking Arsenal fans for having blind faith in Arteta back in the day. Now we're here trying to accept doing the exact same thing. It's pointless.
I hear you. Bruv, I hear you. The only thing I can say as a neutral, is that when I watched that game, bruv, like I can't blame the manager for the amount of chances you man missed. I can't blame him for that because you lot should have won the game in the first half. So
I agree.
Because of that, it's kind of like I get the frustration, but at the same time, I don't believe it's on him. I don't believe it's on him that loss, bruv, because literally I'm looking at it and I'm blaming Sterling, I'm blaming Jackson, I'm blaming Chilwell for not scoring, and not even not scoring as well, the decision making, because bro, the chances that Sterling gets, he's at angles that he knows he can't score from. So why are you just shooting just to hit the target? You know, like that. Like, and I see, and like even on Match of the Day too, even Ian Wright was saying the same thing. It looks like these players are just trying to hit the target, like to say, oh yeah, at least I hit the target. Bro, there's no real conviction behind shots here. Like they feel like they're actually going to score. If that's the case, just pull it across the goal, pull it back. Do you know what I mean? There's a couple chances. There's a couple chances that Sterling has. He's at tight angles. He's on the right hand side. Put the ball across the box, and if someone's not there, it's not your fault, blood. But you could hit someone and go in and be an own goal or something. But you have to put the ball across the goal. Like, why are you trying to beat the keeper at the net post?
We had an opportunity 2-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
and in every other instance, when it's the wrong decision, we will pass. The one time where we can pass, we shoot.
That was Sterling, innit? And he had someone to his right, innit? And he didn't pass it.
That's why I
think he had Jackson to his right, innit?
The attack I get was partly to blame. My problem is the mentality dipped again as the game progressed. We went from trying to get a victory to trying to draw and just being accepting of a point. That's crap. Even if you're down to 10 men, play to win. And if you lose, then I'll be like, fair enough. You know what? We were a man down. We still kept fighting. You might be able to take a positive out of it. Right now, I think our attack is still the same mess that it was a year ago. And I think the manager's even worse. So it's just net negatives all round. There's no positive to look out from it.
But this is what I mean. But guys, all the Chelsea fans in the chat saying to me, Rants, this is the story of our season since Potter missing chances. So why didn't you invest heavily in players that could score goals if you knew that this was your problem? This is what I don't understand.
Vlahovic.
Yeah.
Guess we didn't want him. Like, I was never against it. When we were linked to Vlahovic the first time, I didn't think, he's going to steal Nicholas Jackson's minutes. I thought, great, competition. Exactly what we need. Complaining about that is like saying, we don't need a Nelka. We have Didier Drogba. We don't need him. No, you bring in competition. Whether it works or it doesn't, it gets the best out of everybody involved. But no, we didn't need Vlahovic. Well done. No, here we are now. We needed competition. I don't know why everyone thought Brozier or fucking David Washington or whoever was going to be the answer to our problems. They were never going to be. And, to be honest, you're just guessing with them. Because Brozier was already raw before he had the injury. And we already know raw is just a nice way of saying you're not good enough.
Yeah, facts. That's
The problem isn't the
like,
money that we spend. It's not even the players. I know people love to talk about experience and all of that. Experience is fine. Isn't an issue when you're set up. I keep saying that the setup is what matters more and more than the experience. And the
for
problem
sure.
is we don't set up well. This was a leaky Aston Villa side, and we were still not able to score. They've conceded 3 goals 3 times this season. They were there to be got at. We got at them. We didn't take our chances, and then we took our only creative outlet off the pitch. Fastest player on the pitch, you're down to 10 men, you're likely to be playing counter-attacking football as a result of it. You take your fastest guy off. So to bring on Chilwell. Chilwell, who all he is a cardio merchant, and he's slower at that. His ball striking has disappeared. Dribbling's disappeared. Defensive awareness has disappeared. Awareness in general has disappeared. First touch disappeared. But yet again, when we're chasing a goal, our answer is to bring on a wing-back. Bring on a youth striker or something. Why did Brozier have to come on at 1-0 down? You couldn't have brought him on at 0-0. Played with 2 up top. You couldn't have done that. Take Jackson off and bring Brozier on. Fine. Jackson didn't do anything worthy to stay on for the full 90 anyway. But give me a focal point.
Yeah, we'll try and play. We'll try and play 2, innit? Try and play both of them. If you know that you're struggling to score goals, why not try and play with 2 strikers? Why not? Do you know what I mean? Because someone needs some confidence here. That's why I feel sorry for Jackson, bro. Because it's just kind of like, bro, like, even when you brought him in, I never thought that he was going to be the guy that was going to be the main focal point of your attack. I always thought that he was going to be someone you bring in, then you're going to bring in someone else. And he was going to be the understudy. He was going to be the impact guy. He was going to be what Nketiah is to Arsenal. He was going to be allowed to impact the game that way. Like, it's been weird. Like, even this comment from Ali said he didn't realize that Poch was this much a pragmatist. Bro, you know what it is? Because you probably didn't watch him enough. Poch has always been pragmatic, even from his days at Tottenham, bruv. Some days Poch would play a 3 at the back. Some days he wouldn't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Poch was always known. Sometimes people used to say, oh, like he overthinks things. Do you know what I'm saying? Poch was always that guy, bruv. Like, Poch was always that guy. So it's not really a surprise. And even when we were linked with Pochettino, I said, yeah, because he is quite pragmatic, he might actually do well with the players that we had. Because we were linked with Poch and Ten Hag. And I said, for the players that we have, Poch probably suits the job better because he's more of a pragmatist. So, like, this doesn't surprise me. If you thought you were going to get free-flowing football, yeah, bruv, that you man could have gone and got Luis Enrique or something like that, but not Pochettino. Pochettino was never going to be free-flowing. He's never going to be that. Like, Poch is very structured. He likes to play. He doesn't even usually play with wingers. He likes to play with wide 10s, bruv. Like, I don't even know Poch to play with out-and-out wingers, bruv. Like, never. He usually gets the whip from his fullbacks and he doesn't play with actual wingers. When you look at Tottenham, he never played with actual wingers, blood. You saw Ali out wide sometimes, you saw Eriksen out wide sometimes. Like, he wasn't a guy that played with wingers. So, when I'm seeing even the way that he's setting up Chelsea, it doesn't look like what I thought it was going to look like, innit? Like, it's weird. It's a weird one, bruv. And if they're saying that he had an opportunity to get Neymar and Joao Felix and he declined them for what he has, then I don't know. That's kind of scary.
Forget, he wanted to keep Mount and Havertz too, by the way.
Yeah, scary, bruv.
No to Felix, but he wanted them two back.
People saying Enzo in the 10. I don't think that that's bad, though. Because, bruv, Enzo can play in the 10. I don't think that's the issue. I think Enzo in the 10 with what you have available more looks weird because you have to get the ball to him, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And he's your most creative. He's got to get
the ball with his back to goal half the time too.
That's it. And he's your most creative player, so it doesn't really make sense. It would be better off using him deeper while everyone gets fit. But him playing in the 10, I don't think that's an issue because I think he can play there.
The biggest problem is Gallagher constantly getting full 90s and being given an armband just because he gets the club and he's English so he can talk to referees. That's my problem. He's our captain again. And he yet again did nothing, but yet again got a whole 90. Enzo wasn't great yesterday. He wasn't great. He was wasteful. He's got more talent in his weak foot than Gallagher has in both combined. How does he constantly get dropped, but Gallagher lasts a full 90? I don't understand it. I don't get it.
These are the issues. It's the manager's favourites, isn't it? You know what I mean? The manager's favourites. And we have the
His
same...
favourites are all road runners, though.
But we have the same situation at our club. It's the same. It's the same. Do you know what I mean? There's rumours of Hannibal getting a new deal coming or something like that. Bro, he's not Man United. He's not a Man United level player. I'm going to say the same thing I said about Garnacho. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not a Man United level player. Like, these players shouldn't be getting new contracts, big contracts. Like, they shouldn't. They're talking about giving him a long contract. But, bro, he hasn't done nothing to deserve a long contract. Like, this is the first manager that's actually given him minutes, bro. Like, Hannibal's been in and around the first team setup for a few years, and no Man United managers ever thought he was good enough. Not even Oli. And now all of a sudden this manager likes him because he runs. Like, nah, bro, it's a red flag for me. I'll be real. It's a big red flag. I don't want to see him get I don't want to see him get a contract extension or a new contract or anything like that, bro. He's not good enough. So, I know what you mean about the road
Gallagher's been one of our best players. What are you waffling about? What has he done? He missed 2 big chances against Bournemouth. Did absolutely nothing on Sunday. By the way, the amount of match-going fans I was talking to, so, Gallagher was our best player. He worked the hardest. He gets to club. He's passionate. Why can everybody rate Gallagher, but nobody can tell me an on-the-ball attribute? Why?
Yeah, but this is funny, and you know what it is, yeah? Shout out my guys at Winners Talking Podcast, and shout out Troy Deeney as well, because that's my guy, bruv. Like, I was listening to their podcast today, yeah? Like, when I was in the gym and when I was driving, and Troy even said, he was like, a lot of these football fans, yeah, it's like, when you actually find out how they're watching the game, like, bro, most of the time it's a highlights thing anyway. They're watching 90 minutes in 3 minutes. And then, on top of that, it's like, the guy that's running around is the guy that they're saying is good. And they asked him about the Sancho situation, innit? Because obviously Sancho was at Watford, innit? So he's known Sancho since he was like 12.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Sancho was at Watford when he was there, innit? So Sancho would have been like 12 when Troy was there. And he even said, he goes, how do you judge if a player's playing well or not? Because as a footballer, as someone that understands the game, you're saying, are they doing their job? Are they getting caught out of position? Are they doing all of these things? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, people judge a player, oh, he's running around loads. But a lot of the time, the reason why they're running around loads is because they're out of position and they're making up for mistakes that they've already made, bruv. And this is the thing with a lot of players, bro. Like, when I watch Man United and you see Bruno trudging all over the pitch, most of the time, he's recovering from the fact that he's not smart enough to know where to be in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And then all of these guys, yeah, like the McTominays, like the Mason Mounts, bro, they're playing hero ball, bro, running around. Do you know what I mean? And the crowd are on their feet and
they're
stuff.
going for a clamping tackle and they give away a foul, but everyone's annoyed at the referee because it was passion.
But this is what I mean. And then they say, oh, like, man's playing well. You're playing well because you're running around. Like, that's not what football looks like, innit? That's not what football looks like. And he even kept it a buck in there because he even said, he goes, listen, like, he said, Rashford's my guy, but let's be real. If Rashford never had the purple patch that he had at the end of last season, yeah? Season before at Man United, he was rubbish. And this season, he's been rubbish as well, bro. Like, there's an argument that Rashford might not even be still at the club now, yeah? Had he not had the flurry that he had at the end of last season, because there was loads of rumours of him leaving, bruv. Man United was semi-open to letting him go. He was getting linked with PSG. He was getting linked with loads of different things. And all of a sudden, he had a purple patch at the end of the season. And what did they do? Give him 350k or something like that. This is how reactionary, yeah, a lot of football fans are, a lot of football clubs are, yeah? And they don't look at the full body of work, innit? They don't look at the full body of work. They just say, oh, you know what? He finished the season well. But we're seeing that was a fluke, because look at how he started this season as well. He's been awful.
It's again just stat merchants.
And that's what it is.
Who's the last Chelsea player to get 30 GNA in a season for you? Great. It's a shame Norwich aren't in the Premier League anymore, innit? So you can't stat pad there too.
Yeah.
Context,
this is the problem, bro. It's stats now. And this is the game now. This is the game right now. It's all about GA. It's all about GA, bro. It's not about nothing else. Someone said, did I watch a Grealish interview? I didn't, but drop the link in the chat, bro, so I can open it and I'll watch it later. But this is the thing. It's the same with Bruno, bro. You can't name 2 on the ball attributes, let alone 5. Like, he doesn't have any attributes, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to reach, you can say, all right, cool, he strikes the ball well. And even that is not even true. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I've seen players like Wayne Rooney and Van Persie that strike the ball well, and Scholes strikes the ball well. And if you put him in that ballpark, he's not even anywhere near that. So when we're talking about striking the ball well, even that's a reach, bro. Like, I can't think of any on the ball attributes. He's got 0 composure, 0 first touch, 0 spatial awareness. He's dead, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And the way man can look at stats and tell me this guy is good, that it don't even make no sense. And this is why, and this is why I rile up a lot of football fans, because it's like, I look at football in a holistic way, bruv, because it's a holistic game, bruv. All these guys look at isolated things like GA. What's GA, bruv? What does that even mean, bruv? Look at what they're giving out assists for now. They never used to give out assists for those things 15 years ago. They never used to give out a little
connection on the ball now.
That's it, a little sideways pass and that, bro.
No, I'm saying bounce off you, and when it's going out of play,
it's crazy, bro. Højlund scored a goal against at Bayern Munich. They're like, oh yeah, Rashford assist. Man literally passed the ball 2 yards. Højlund took a touch, swiveled, hit it. Oh, assist. Ain't no assist.
So that Busquets assist to Messi back in the day.
Yeah, it's like, that ain't no assist, bro. Unless you're playing, a through ball to me, where you're putting me in position to score a goal, or you're playing the ball across the goal to me and I'm tapping it in, bro. How's it an assist, blood? If you're giving me the ball and I still got stuff to do, blood, there ain't no assist. You know what I'm saying? An assist is, you put man in a position and the next thing I do is just score the goal. That's it. If I need to think about anything else other than scoring, it ain't no assist, bro, because the job's not done. You know, like that. The job's not done. If I still got to think after you pass me the ball, that ain't no assist.
I'm thinking of Eden Hazard's goal against Arsenal back in the day, and how Luis got the assist for that. Imagine
crazy.
4 or 5 players,
bro,
by himself and set up the goal.
But this is what I'm trying to say. Like, football's
I
a
get
mess
the
right
Bruno
now.
argument though. I was watching the Burnley game. He was a bag of crap. We were ripping him on my watch along, and then he bangs in that RVPS volley. I'm like, yeah, you know what? This is exactly what United fans talk about. Brother's crap, and then just hits a moment of magic, and that's all you'll remember with him.
Yeah, and this is what it is, bro. Like, it's really annoying, and this is the problem why a lot of my football takes wind up a lot of casual football fans, because they just look at XG as the be all and end all, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if any of you lot watched the Madrid derby yesterday. Everyone's been talking about how well Bellingham's been playing for Real Madrid, even though he hasn't really been playing that well, but he's been scoring important goals, innit? But everyone's saying, oh yeah, like he's smashing the league and he's playing so good and that. And it's like, bro, I've watched a few full Real Madrid games, and he hasn't even been the top 5, top 6 best player on their team, but he's come in with important goals. Do you know what I mean? Their man got absolutely smashed yesterday, bro, and he was nowhere, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? And no one will talk about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the Brer couldn't even control the ball, bro. And this is what the game is right now. Like, last week, man was saying he was top 3 players in the world. And then, bro, man stinking the place out a lot of the time, in games and coming up with clutch goals, And all of a sudden, man are throwing man's name in debates that they don't need to be in. Do you know what I'm saying? And I say the same things to Arsenal players as well, with Saka as well, bro. Like, you know what I mean? The Tottenham game yesterday, bro, one meaty cross that turned into an own goal and a penalty. Other than that, he done absolutely nothing. A man are talking about Starboy and that. It's like, no, bro. Like, he's just a good player. He's a good player that's majority of his game is 6s out of 10s and 7s, bro. Man's got no 8s, 9s or 10s anywhere in attributes. None. Do you know what I mean? And these are world-class players now. And when I say that, man are like, oh, no, you're hating on him. But, bro, he ain't got an 8, 9 or 10 attribute on the ball, bro. He doesn't. He don't have one. Do you know what I mean? A man is saying he's a baller, bro. Like, no, he's not a baller. If you ain't got no 8, 9s or 10 attributes, you can be a good player, but you'll never be a baller to me, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing special about that. There's nothing special about that. You're strong and you're left-footed. You cut inside. And you're in a good team, bro. Do you know what I mean? And this is exactly what it is, bro. Like, if you put man in the Chelsea team that Eden Hazard had on his back here, he's not doing nothing.
Who, Saka?
Yeah, he ain't doing jack.
Oh no, I won't lie. I would have killed for Saka next to Hazard.
No, I said no. Instead of Eden Hazard, blood, not with him.
Oh, instead of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said put him in the team that Hazard was in.
I thought you meant Hazard on the left, Saka on the right.
No. I'm saying put him in that team, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what you do, fam. You know what I'm saying? Put him in that team. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't realize. He's developed into a good player, yeah, because he's played at that club for a long time and he's played with good players. Do you know what I mean? That's why, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But when I look at man, yeah, and he's playing, I'm not looking at, there's no one attribute, yeah, that man can tell me that man has that's exceptional. There's not one, bro. And all the special players in football, they've got at least one attribute that you can say, oh, you know what, like, you see what he does it better than everyone else. Do you know what I'm saying? A man saying Saka's currently top 3 in the world. Top 3 what, bruv?
So what? Huh? Currently?
This is good. Bro, listen, if you're a special player right now, if you're a special player, yeah, you ain't coming through playing left back. It's just not happening, bro. I'll be real. You know, like that. It's just not happening, bro. Like, no. Do you know what I mean? Because it wasn't in an Arsenal team that was winning bare trophies. It wasn't.
The fact is, if you have to tell somebody that they're world class, they're not really. You can watch it and see it for yourself. Even Hazard, like at the end of it, everybody was calling him world class because the brother was world class.
But there you go. It's the same with Declan Rice, bro. Hey, bro, Declan Rice is a meaty, bro. Like, he's meaty as well.
Oh, he's been overpriced.
Bro, it's not even overpriced. He's overrated, bro. He's a meaty. He ain't got one attribute that's above a 7 out of 10 either. Do you know what I mean? And this is...
But with him, at least he's overrated because of the price tag.
No, I hear that, but bro, this is what I'm saying is, yeah, like what I'm saying about football right now is, yeah, if you've got no attributes over a 7 out of 10 in football, yeah, how the hell can you be as good as what man are saying, bro? It's crazy. It don't even make no sense.
I think King Manny says it don't even make no sense.
It don't even make no sense. Do you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
We used to rate people off ability. Now it's all G&A. It's about what the team does as well, because that plays a part in the individual's
100%.
ability.
Do you know what I'm saying? And anyone, when man are talking about Gareth Bale, bro, understand Gareth Bale, yeah, came into football at a completely different time, bro. He never came into times where it was a system-based game of football. Gareth Bale came into a game where it was very much about your individual ability. That's why Gareth Bale, yeah, was getting cooked, yeah. There was one stat, yeah, when he first came in that Tottenham didn't win a game with Bale. Bale was so good, yeah.
His first 18 months or something.
Bale was so good that they wanted to find somewhere to play him in the team, yeah. But they couldn't just fit him in because it wasn't a system game. You had to hold your own. You had to hold your own when Gareth Bale came in, bruv. Now, bloody hell, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? You could, bro, like, what you've got, what's his name? That the little hall you and all that. When you got certain systems now, you can go and just put your little centre mid left back, blood, and man can go out there and invert and do all that. But man couldn't invert. You know them ones there and do all them things. It was, bro, this is a man's game. You have to hold your own in this game, blood. We're putting 11 men out here. You just need to do your thing, bruv. There was no system to protect you, blood. You had to protect yourself. You know, like that. Football ain't like that no more. You got all of these footballers now, yeah. You got a lot of these guys stealing a living because you can just put them into a system, yeah, that means that they don't really have to do anything anymore.
Defenders don't even... all of their deficiencies. Just run around. If you're shits, just run around. If you got the work rate ticked off, you're good.
Bro,
you're good. We'll work around you.
Bruv, today in the modern game, defenders don't even really need to defend anymore because the system defends for you. You've got guys pressing in front of you defending. You've got guys behind them pressing, defending. By the time the ball actually gets back to the defense, yeah, how much defending are you actually doing? The average centre-back in today's game don't defend no more.
That's why those times they're using Silva as like a DM, dictating the play and the tempo.
It's crazy. Zinchenko's playing left-back, bro. He couldn't play left-back 10 years ago because he would have had to defend and he would be getting ripped so much. He couldn't play. The same goes for Trent as well. If Trent had to come into right-back back in the day, and he had Ryan Giggs and them man running at him, yeah. Bro, he's not playing.
Ben Chilwell, that's another one. Ben Chilwell, I'll throw him into that.
Bro,
if you want everyone said, "Oh, put Chilwell at left back." You want him to defend,
bro. This chat will go over so many people's heads. if they're not old enough to have watched football in those times. But back in those days, as a defender, you had real duels. It was 1v1. You versus the centre back versus the strikers. Your left back versus the right back. It was real 1v1 duels, blood. That's what it was. That's what it was. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was. It's not that normal.
Playing attributes and that. John Terry back in the day, the last thing you talked about was how good of a passer he was.
Well, there you go.
In reality, he was a brazy passer, but like he's not doing that most of the time. You got other players.
He was defending, and this is the problem now. Why Harry Maguire, is struggling in modern football now. He's struggling. You know why? Because Harry Maguire is an old-fashioned centre-back, win his headers, but then they tried to make him a modern centre-back, saying he can play out from the back, but he's got no pace. Do you know what I'm saying? And also, because he's got no pace and he's not mobile, he senses the danger, but he can't react to it because he's too slow. So what's happened now is modern football, everything's pushed further and further up the pitch. So Harry Maguire defends high for Man United, gets caught out all the time. When he plays for England, he defends deep. So when he defends deep for England, he looks a bit more competent. That's just all it is. Do you know what I mean? But when he plays for Man United and he's got to defend up the pitch, and he's got to rely on reactions, he's got to rely on the physical side of the game, he hasn't got it. So the pace of the game catches him out. Do you know what I mean? And this is why he's struggling now. The game is a completely different game, bro. Like, you can hide in modern football now. You can fully hide. Mm-hmm. You can be a useless player, get put into a system, and you can just do the bare minimum and get by.
We literally play a system that plays heavy right side football, so fucking Chilwell can get minimal touches on the ball. That Nottingham Forest game, like everything on the right hand side, 70% possession, but we had 44% ball turnover from Ben Chilwell as an individual.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro.
But we still kept him there because he had the armband. So whatever.
Bro, even to think, that Arsenal can get away with playing Kai Havertz in midfield, bruv. You could never do that in the days of 4-4-2. The reason why you couldn't do that is because if you had one weak link in midfield, your whole midfield was getting railroaded. Mm-hmm. You know, like that. The fact that
midfield, you both have to work.
Both of you have to work, bro. Now they can get away with carrying a player because they're gonna have possession. They're not gonna have to worry about teams being as direct, being as physical, and all these other things. So they can get away with it. There's so many things you can get away in a modern game. Just move the ball away
from him and let him do the work rate. That's it,
bro. There's so much you can get away with in a modern game that you couldn't get in the game even 10 to 15 years ago. And that's why the way these men are rating these footballers, will never align to the way that I'm rating these players. It will never align, bro. Because back in the day, you had to have something about you to be a top player. It wasn't just stats, bro. A lot of the players that man used to rate, we never knew their GA. We never knew that.
We knew their abilities. We knew their abilities. What they were best at on the ball.
That's exactly what we know. Like, even the Arsenal fans in here, we never knew Henry's GA and all of them things. We never knew. We only knew at the end of the season, him and Van Nistelrooy were going at it for the Golden Boot, blood. That's all we knew. That's all we knew, but we never knew no GA, blood. We never even used to count assists in them days because Henry got a bag of assists, but man weren't saying, Henry's got a 4 GA today and that, bruv. It was like, right, Henry bagged again. Say no more. That's it. You know, like that. And then man had Soccer AM, Showboat, and we were watching man do skills and that. Man were actually rating the game. And now man are bashing over fantasy football numbers and that. Man saying, he had a 4.8 rating and that. Bruv,
I remember the Soccer AM skills show.
Bro.
That's a throwback. You just taking me back, man.
Bro, man are talking about ratings and that. Bruv, 4.8 sofa score, blood. Bruv, sofa, blood. You man don't leave your sofa, blood. Do you know what I mean? A man are just out here talking about ball, blood. It's pissing me off, bro. I'll be real. Like, football, bruv, it's gone down the toilet, innit?
It's all just numbers now.
It is just numbers.
Not even about highlights. You're more likely to see fail comps than highlights.
It's true. No, you're right. Yeah, because it's a way to banter someone.
Not even that deep.
No, it's true. No, you're right. You're actually right, bro. And like even that, goalkeepers play more about playing out from the back than actually saving shots, bro. And that's what I said when I look at Onana. When he dives, he don't even look like a real goalkeeper to me, because I grew up watching goalkeepers that looked super comfortable, making saves, blood. The way he dives, it's all stiff and it just looks like he's a footballer that learned how to play in goal late. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't look like someone that grew up always wanting to be a goalkeeper. And a lot of these goalkeepers, same with Edison as well. Like the way Edison plays, he played left back before, and you can tell that he learned how to be a goalkeeper late because there's a lot of things that goalkeepers do naturally. My dad was a goalkeeper, and it's like there's a lot of things. The way goalkeepers dive, the way they position their body, yeah, like you have to learn that young, bruv, or else you just look awkward when you're doing it, like like that. And bruv, like bro, he looks bare awkward when he dives, bro. Yeah, and he dives with both hands, bro. Like goalkeepers don't dive with two hands, bro. Like my dad was a goalkeeper, blood. Do you know what I mean? Like my uncle's the most capped player for Jamaican national team, bro. Like man grew up around footballers, bro. Like I don't know natural goalkeepers that dive with both hands, bro. I don't know. Anana dives with two hands and like, bro, like that's how you dive when you don't play football, blood. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how I would man, I wouldn't even dive like that because my dad was a keeper, so I grew up seeing goalkeepers. But it's like guys that get put in goal that aren't goalkeepers dive like that. You don't need two hands to save the ball, blood. Ever. Like really?
It's harder to get two hands into the same position as well.
But this is what I'm trying to say, bro.
Like, you get one hand, it's just like that. When you get
that's
two,
what I mean. With one hand, bro. And the thing is, yeah, if you dive with two hands, one hand is gonna be shorter anyway. Because if I'm going to the right, the left hand's always gonna be shorter because you got to reach across the body, so you don't dive with both hands. Do you know what I'm saying?
Then you can use the other hand to like balance yourself as you're going down.
Bruv, like I don't know goalkeepers that dive with two hands apart from Onana. It looks weird.
I'm trying to think back to our past goalkeepers. Like even
bro, it looks weird, bro.
At the most, you see him do that for a penalty, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah, like two-hand dives don't make sense, yeah, unless you're trying to genuinely like push the ball away. Do you know what I'm saying? And even good goalkeepers, they know how to use their wrists and they just palm the ball away and just push it away. It's just like if they want to put the ball over the goal, they'll just use their palms and push it over. Like you don't need two hands to push the ball over the bar. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like when I see him dive with two hands, it looks awkward.
Makes more sense when it's coming straight at you, if anything.
But that's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know. When I watch him play, it doesn't look right, innit? It looks awkward, bro. And this is just what it is. The game has changed so much.
You got red flags on Onana then,
bruv. Just the way on the ball, bruv, quality. Do you know what I mean? But just his body shape, like the way he dives.
I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, innit? Like it's
the way he dives and stuff like that makes me uncomfortable, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? It makes me uncomfortable because it's like it doesn't look natural, innit? You know, like that. So
I hear that. I just haven't seen that from a Chelsea goalkeeper to relate, really. Like even Robert Sanchez, to be honest, he's been our man of the match the last two games. He's the only one keeping the scoreline decent.
Bruv, your goalkeeper made some serious saves in that game, bro.
If that's Kepa, we're talking about unsavable shots and everything. That's why I said I thought he was partly responsible for the goal, but I got no energy for Sanchez. You are best player. It is what it is. You're allowed to make mistakes in game. You did the majority of your job correct. But yeah, he was brilliant. He was brilliant. First half kept the scoreline 0-0. He's imposing coming out of corners. Haven't seen that in years. One positive to everything that we have. At least Robert Sanchez is doing well. Everything else stinks. Now we don't even have a right back for the next 3 games.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when he got sent off, you know. As soon as he got sent off, I was thinking, boy, you know what I mean? Another one to add to the list of players. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's going to have to be Caicedo right back for the next few matches. He's been all right there. Remember, he bossed at the Emirates playing right back, so I won't write him off there. It's just not really ideal and probably means more game time for Conor Gallagher. But I guess I didn't think it was a red when I first saw it. Apparently, the follow-through still counts with the new rules, which I guess justifies it.
Yeah, because it was excessive force, bruv. That's why it was a red card, because he could have won the ball, but he didn't. He won the ball, but he went through the player. Like, he went through the ball, yeah, with the intent to leave something on the player. So, it's a red card. Just like...
I don't know. I feel like the players... It's like more the football's... the boot comes into the direction of where Gusto's coming from.
Nah,
It's
but you
minor.
know, nah.
To
For
me, it's
me,
still not an
I don't
excuse.
think it is. I don't think it is. You know, I don't think it is, bro. Because like you can break someone's leg like that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is if you look at the challenge, yeah,
Let me
the
get it
force
back
is
up.
the force is excessive. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to go into that tackle with that much force, bro. He's got in with that force, yeah, to win the ball, but also to leave one on the player because he's frustrated. You can see that he's not in control of the challenge. Same with the Nketiah one. The Nketiah one's a red card as well. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
People
is
are
there a
saying,
tackle in the derby that I missed?
yeah, on the goalkeeper, it's a red card. It's a red
I
card,
haven't seen it.
and the reason why it's a red card, yeah, is because he's out of control. He lunges in. It's excessive force, and on top of that, yeah, when you're out of control and you can't even pull out, it's reckless, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He could have broke the keeper's leg. If the keeper doesn't take his foot off the floor, his ankle's gone, bro.
You're saying more just because the suds are still out in general that it's too reckless.
Nah, but if you look at the Gusto one, yeah, like you can see, yeah, that he goes in with the intent, yeah, to win the ball, but also leave something on the player. Do you know what I mean?
What,
It's not,
because his eyes are facing to the player. I'm just watching it back
bro.
now.
Watch the way he goes in. Yeah, it's almost like you can see that it's like a punching action when he goes into the ball. He don't have to. It wasn't just to win the ball. Do you know what I mean? He definitely wanted to leave something on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just exactly what it was. So, yeah, bro. It is what it is, bro. But it was definitely a red card for sure. But I think the Nketiah one was a more obvious red card for me. Do you know what I'm saying? A more obvious red card. So it's just one of them ones where football's silly. When people say
Yeah, I see how it's a potential leg breaker. I do see that.
yeah,
So I kind of
100%.
yeah.
100%. Do you know what I mean? And it's unnecessary because it's in the middle of the pitch as well. Like, it's one of them things where it was pretty near the touchline as well. It's
Yeah,
like, bro,
it was on the edge of the touchline.
yeah, like you don't need to go in like that to win the ball there. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one's scoring there. It wasn't a last ditch challenge. It wasn't nothing. It was just you've just gone through him. You know, like that. And even the Nketiah one is worse, bruv, for me. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how people were playing that down. You know what I mean? Like,
I
don't know
haven't
how.
seen the Nketiah one at
Bro,
all.
you need to watch it now, bro. Because honestly, bro, the guy dives in, bro, from like 10 yards away. The ball's gone. And because he's so out of control, yeah, he couldn't even pull out of the challenge, bruv. And he could have broke the goalkeeper's ankle 100%. If the keeper don't pull his feet out of the floor, he could break his ankle, bro. And that was that's given as a yellow card. That's a red.
It's like he catches him with his groin as well. Yeah, that could take
But
out
that's
the
what I'm
socket.
saying. Bro, he could literally take a man's ankle, yeah, like clean out the socket if the keeper don't take his foot off the floor. And that's crazy for me. So it's not about football going soft, yeah. It's about, you know what it is? A lot of referees, yeah, because they ain't played, yeah, they don't understand the intent behind challenges and also how dangerous they are because they ain't been on the receiving end of them. Do you know what I'm saying? But that Gusto one, you see leg breaks like that all the time. All the time. And the same with that Nketiah one. He was nowhere near the ball, bruv. The ball was gone out the camera shot and he's continued to follow through and he's not in control. When you're in control of a challenge, yeah, you can try and pull your foot away. Like, even there was a challenge that Casemiro got sent off for, where it was a studs up challenge. He won the ball. He also got the player as well. But when you look in the replay, you can see that Cass tries to pull his foot away. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he was still in control of the challenge. Like, Gusto wasn't in control, blood. He just punched straight through the ball and he couldn't pull out of the challenge. And when you can't pull out the challenge, this is how people get hurt, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where it's all about the intent, bro. And for me, it's just like very, very unnecessary. Yeah, no, unnecessary, bro. The Gusto one.
In the situation, I understand that. Wasn't no counter attack or nothing.
Yeah, it was nothing, bro. Like, you don't need to put that much force on. You don't need to put that much force into a challenge that's on the touchline, bro. Like, he dived in like that because he was frustrated. You know, like that. That's all it was. He was frustrated. He wanted to win the ball and he just kind of wanted to let some frustration out, like leave a little bit on him. And do you know what I'm saying? He never meant to hurt him. Like, he didn't want to break his leg or nothing, but he wanted to let man know, yeah, cool. You know what I'm saying? And this is just what it is, man. You see it in football all the time when players make challenges, yeah, with excessive force. Rooney used to do it all the time. He used to win the ball, but he used to take the player with him and send him into the stands and that. And to me, yeah, them challenges there, yeah, when you're potentially hurting a player and it's excessive force, bro, like action needs to be taken against those challenges, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because players need to be protected. Because all that happens is, yeah, it takes the dribbling out of football, it takes the flair out of football. Because then people don't want to hold on to the ball no more because they're gonna get smashed. You know what I mean? And then they're not gonna get protected by
you get
refs.
a Louis Hazard situation.
And then you get a Hazard
situation.
Do you know what I mean? Where man's been smashed around so many times that he's 30 years old, his body's like Mr. Potato Head, it's just falling apart, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's it. And then the career's done. Know what I mean? We've seen it with Neymar in this generation as well. Body's finished, bro. Ankles just mashed up so many times. It's crazy. And it just comes from bad challenges. So I don't know. You're going to see the game get more and more boring.
The red card wasn't the least of my problems.
Yeah, bruv, you missed so many chances that the red card is almost irrelevant, bro. I'll be real. Because you had enough chances to win 2 football matches.
If you bring it up.
Yeah, 100%. You had enough chances to win 2 football matches there. And between Sterling, between Jackson and the Chilwell chance and that, you had more than enough chances to put the game to bed. You didn't. And fair enough, you did get sucker punched, yeah. But, bro, at the same time, your keeper made a few saves. So you can actually look at it and say that it could have been worse, bruv.
It could have, but it will get worse. It will get worse. I don't know what to expect in the next coming weeks other than more L's. And then after the international break, we're just... everyone's going to have their way with us. Stamford Bridge is turning into Stamford Brothel, bro. Just come in with your players, bring your man down, and clap some Chelsea cheeks.
Hey, that's
crazy.
All
we're doing at the Bridge.
Hey, that's crazy. I big up my man for the super chat. What my opinion on Wan-Bissaka? I don't rate him. We should have sold him. You know what I'm saying? He's not a progressive footballer, man. But it is what it is, isn't it? Like, he's a throwback right back, innit? Like, he's a throwback right back. But even when you analyze his defensive qualities, you don't have a lot of them either. You know, like that. He's another one. Like, when you look at him, yeah, the thing is with Wan-Bissaka, the reason why he'll get the benefit of the doubt is, like I said, he's got an attribute that's above a 7 out of 10. And that's his tackling and his 1v1 ability. You could argue that it's in the 9s and 10s. So because of that, even though, yeah, he has a lot of attributes, yeah, that are below, he's got outstanding attributes. Like, if anyone says to you, yo, Wan-Bissaka, what's he good at? You could tell him. You can tell.
This might be a decent squad player.
Yeah, exactly. 1v1s. Like, bro, in certain games away from home when you're coming up against a tricky winger, if you're playing against Vinny or something like that, you ain't going to play Dallo. Bruv, listen, we're playing Wan-Bissaka, bro. This is your job, just to lock this guy up. Or at least make sure, yeah, that he's as nullified as possible. Because you can't nullify a player like Vinny all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? But he has a speciality. He's a specialist right back. At least he has that. A lot of these footballers ain't specialists no more, bro. All these guys that I'm not really rating like that guys are calling world beaters, none of them have got any specialities. They're not specialists, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? At least with Wan-Bissaka, he can do a job. But he shouldn't be starting for Man United week in, week out. The way the game's progressed and the way the game's changed, he doesn't have enough strings to his bow, yeah, to be Man United's first choice right back. But as a squad player, I don't have an issue with him. But if you're starting with him week in, week out, that's you accepting that you're not going to play progressive football. That's just it.
Simple as. Bring him up for certain games. Other than that, warm the bench until we need to shore up a result. And then we'll bring you on for the last 15, 20.
But that's it. You use him the way we used to use Philip Neville or the way we used to use Darren Fletcher for the big games. Oh, we're playing Arsenal. Instead of playing a right winger, we're going to play Fletcher as a right midfielder in a 4 to give us extra legs in midfield. Do you know what I mean? We used to do the same thing with Park. We used to do the same thing with Philip Neville at times. Use Philip Neville. Sometimes Philip Neville played left wing for Man United, but it wasn't left wing. He was left midfield, but he was playing as an extra midfielder. So he could add a bit of insurance defensively to the left back, but also to muck in the midfield. You know what I mean? But that's how you use him. You don't use Wan-Bissaka as your main right back, bruv, to try and attack the league with. That's crazy. That don't even make no sense. And this is
Well,
just
to be
what it
honest,
is.
you guys don't use him in that role anymore. He's been more of a squad player for you the last few years.
No, Wan-Bissaka's been starting this season though. Like before his little injury, bruv, he's been starting, bro. Been
Oh, I
starting.
really
Like
ain't been paying
Dallo, I think
attention to
Dallo
this.
got COVID or something like that, and then couldn't get back into the team. You know, like that. So, like the manager looked like he was ushering him out the team, and then all of a sudden he became first choice, and that's when I started looking at the manager sideways, because I was like, hold on a minute, I thought we were trying something, and then you've gone really back, and almost to doing this pragmatic defensive thing, which is dead.
Sounds very familiar.
You know what I mean? So yeah,
Sounds
bro,
very
bruv,
familiar.
so dreams, and yeah, 100%, and that's why Pep kept Kyle Walker, bro, 100%, because his tools are useful, blood, very useful. You lot, smash up the like button, in here, guys, bro. Oh, well, we got 1.1k. We ain't even got 500 likes, man. You man need to
You lot are
calm
moving like
down
my
now.
club, man. Awful conversion rate.
Yeah, it's horrendous. Do you know
Come
what I
on, we
mean?
can
But
do more than that.
no, 100%. But no, people won't understand. But you know what it is, yeah. The game has changed a lot, and as much as the game has changed, yeah, I am not. Even though I'll accept players, yeah, for what they are, I am not gonna lower my standards of what I think a good footballer is just because the game's changed. I don't care. Because I know, yeah, that all the ballers that I call ballers and I rate, yeah, could still play in this era. They still could, but a lot of these ballers now couldn't play in the era before because they don't have the ability. Do you know what I mean? And that's just what it is. So it's one of them ones where, like, I'm not adjusting my standards, yeah, for the modern game. However, I'll accept that certain players now, like the modern game is just about being effective. That's all it's about. You don't have to be good. You don't have
Yeah.
to be good. Like a compliment in
It's
the
all,
modern game is like, yo, he's effective. That's what it
it's
is.
all about how
Like
you fit in the system. It's all about your work rate and stats. No,
100%. So I say he's effective. Like people will say Rashford's effective. Do you know what I'm saying?
they'll
Like
say
I don't think.
Bruno's
Yeah,
effective.
they'll say Bruno's effective. I wouldn't say they're effective.
Gallagher's effective.
That's what I mean. I wouldn't say they're effective because if you need, yeah, 100 chances, yeah, to do something once or twice, I wouldn't say that's effective. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro? Like
Mhm.
that doesn't make no sense. That's not
But
effective to me.
some players will get constant opportunities because of their attitude and if they get the club and all of this. And I'm sick of where my football club's at right now.
No,
It's
100%.
disgraceful, bruv.
And
We were
that's what I mean.
sold dreams the whole of preseason. Preseason is
Mm.
meant to mean something. I'll always
Mm.
stand by that. It's meant to be a precursor to how your season's meant to be. You don't do one thing in preseason
Yeah,
and
it's the
start the
dress
season
rehearsal,
doing
isn't
something
it?
different.
That's what it is.
Yep. And
It's the
what?
dress
And
rehearsal.
we did a dress rehearsal and then went to a completely different theater
Yeah.
and then did a different script. And guess
No
what?
fact.
Nobody knows the lines to this one. I wonder why.
No facts. Now you're right. Do you know what I'm saying? You're 100% right. Man said, yeah, footballers that can only play in one position. The game is slowly going. Oh, you're a winger on the left, but you can't play on the right, bro. But you know what? I would argue that it's not that they can't play on the right. Yeah, it's that they're so limited as footballers that all their deficiencies will get shown up on the other side of the pitch. Do you get what I'm saying? Because if you look at it,
Hmm.
for instance, yeah, look at the difference between Sancho and Rashford, yeah. Rashford, yeah, plays on the left. He can't play on the right. But Sancho plays on the left, can play equally as well on the right. And he can play in the middle because he's a better footballer. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is what it is, bro. So when you've got players that can only play in one position, it's genuinely because their footballing ability, yeah, is very limited. So if you move them anywhere else, you don't get anything out of these guys. Do you know what I mean? And that's just all it is. Back in the day, you used to just, bro, like you play where you play, bro. If you're good enough, you can play anywhere. That's just what it is. And that's why I kind of liked, yeah, when Malacia played right back, he's left footed and he played right back the same way he played left back. And I was like, yo, you can see that he's got football IQ and he's got technical ability because he can play right back
Matson,
as
another
a left
one.
footer and comfortably play right back as well. And you don't see that in the modern game. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't put certain right backs at left back now. You wouldn't do that. Kieran Trippier is another one. he can play left back because he's got IQ and he's technically good. But there's a lot of right backs you can't. Yeah, there's a lot of right backs you can't play at left back, and it's the same position just on the other side of the pitch. So why can't you play that?
We have Matson, who's a wing back. We played him left wing, right wing, and as a cam in preseason. He was brilliant in all three of them. Now he doesn't get any minutes for. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, but these are the guys that are footballers first, innit? But the problem is football's not that no more. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, football's not that anymore. It's not footballers first. Now it's athletes first, footballers second. And this is the reason why.
That's why Gallagher gets all the game time.
Well, there you go. And that's exactly what it is. And what we're going to see now is, yeah, footballers' careers, because of like sports science and all these other things, yeah, technically, yeah, their careers are going to get longer. But their careers at the top are going to get shorter. That's what's going to happen at the top level. Because as soon as they lose their athleticism, they can't stay at the top level no more. Because the top level is so dependent on being a good athlete now. You ain't going to see the 36-year-old Scholes in midfield no more. It's a myth. Now in the modern game, as soon as you can't run no more, your career's over at the top level, bruv. Unless you're an absolute freak like Luka Modric, bro. Who is a genuine, like, generational talent, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But how many Luka Modric's of this world are there? There's only Luka Modric. That's 38 playing in midfield, still pulling strings, bruv. There's not another one.
Not to his level. Not to his level.
There's not another one, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they've got the kids running around him. But, bro, like, there's not going to be that no more. Like, people even saying Lukaku, like, what? Lukaku must be 29 years old. And he's not.
I think he's hitting 30 now, if not 31.
Well, there you go. And he's not an elite striker no more at 31. Back in the day, at 31, strikers used to just be coming into their, you get me? 28, 29, 30, you're like, yeah. 25, 30 goal a season. Not no more, bruv. Finito, bruv. Finito. Same with Benzema. You ain't seeing no more 35-year-olds that are going to be doing what Benzi's doing once he's done. Even Lewandowski.
When they come to a certain age, Saudi's going to start ringing.
That's it. Even Lewandowski slowed down a little bit. You know what I mean? He's no Benzema. But, bro, you're going to start seeing in the game now, when players get 27, 28, bruv, you get me? You're going to see they're going to be starting to get phased out, and it's going to be Saudi time. It's going to be MLS time or China time or something like that. Like, there's not going to be too many of these guys at the top level no more because the technical ability is not there, bro. And without technical ability, you can't have longevity, bro, because your athleticism's not going to stay with you forever. It's a young man's game, bruv. It's a young man's game. If you don't have the technical ability, if you don't have the ability to reinvent yourself, you can't last. Someone like Mbappe, as soon as he loses pace, he can't play football no more. Not at the top level.
Rashford will be the same thing.
Rashford will be exactly the same, bro. Exactly the same. Rashford's 25 now.
He ain't even hit that level yet.
Bro, Rashford's 25 now. By the time he gets to 28, 29, yeah, he can't still be at Man United because he won't be good enough no more. You know, no, he won't be good enough. He's not good enough now.
Uncomfortable conversations, exactly.
He's not good enough now. But when he if he gets a couple injuries and loses that turn of pace, he's finished, bro. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of players are like that, bro. And Raheem's, to a certain extent, is like that. He's lost half a yard because he's getting a bit older. Do you know what I mean? And he's just nowhere near the player that he was at Man City. Nowhere near it, bro. Like, I saw some old videos of him at Man City when he used to be taking players on 1v1, skinning them, and that. You can't do that no more. You don't have the pace no more. And that's just what it is. So when you're seeing a lot of these players, a lot of these guys are not going to be able to reinvent themselves and prolong their career like Giggs did, dropping into midfield. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to do that. They're not going to be able to do that. You know what I mean? A few of these midfielders, like Declan Rice and that, he can drop back and play centre. He can drop back.
Come up. Boy.
Yeah, Declan Rice can drop back and play centre back because in the modern game you don't need to defend, and he played centre back before, so he can prolong his career by moving to centre back. Kyle Walker can prolong his career by playing in centre back, and Kyle Walker will probably play centre back in this game now until he's Thiago's age, bro.
Likes of Grealish can do the same as well.
Yeah, because he's smart and he's technical. Do you know what I mean? But a lot of these guys are not smart and technical, bro. A lot of these modern footballers are just really, really good athletes. Do you know what I mean? That have some footballing ability. That's just what it is, but they're not footballers. And that's exactly what it is. So the game is going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting to see the way the game goes. But I think players' primes are going to start getting shorter and shorter and shorter, bro, because the physical demands of the game outweigh the technical demands now.
I feel like it's a case though where football's becoming more athletic now. Within like 15, 20 years, it could go back to becoming more technical.
It can't go back because human beings, with sports science, with all the data we have and all these things, it's just like saying, oh yeah, we're going to go back to Blackberries. And do you know what I'm saying? No, we're not going back to Blackberries, blood. We're
maybe you end up seeing like more technical athletes start to develop.
I don't think so, because the more athletic you are, yeah, the less technical you have to be, because your athleticism makes up for it, and then you start cheating, you know, like that. And that's just what happens, bro. Like in any sport, it's the same. You look at basketball, it's the same. Now I'm saying, like, these man know. Look at Giannis, bro. Like, he don't have to be as technical as Jokic, because, bro, he just runs through people. Like, pause. You get me? Like, that's just what man does. So he don't have to be technical. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. Luka is Luka, but it's because he's a good athlete for his size. But, bro, Luka's not a crazy athlete. If he was, he wouldn't be that good, because he wouldn't need to be. You know, like that. And this is exactly what it is. You look at football, it's the same. If Lukaku wasn't 7 foot, yeah, when he was like 15 years old, yeah, he would have learned how to control a football, but he never needed to learn, because he was just running and bodying people and scoring goals, blood. So he never needed to learn nothing.
There was pictures of him when he was in his teens, and he was massive compared to the kids.
Yeah, 100%. Do you know what I'm saying? Now I'm saying, a man is saying basketball players are more skilled, yeah. I'm talking about players that are more physical don't have to be as technical as less physical players, bro. I'm not talking about how many years ago, because basketball is a different sport. Basketball is played with your hands, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's never going to be as hard to pick up as football, blood. Now, I mean, when Embiid said he started playing basketball at 14, you can't start playing football at 14 and expect to play in the best league in the world. It's never going to happen. Like, the technical levels associated with playing football and basketball, it's not the same, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, most basketball players are not Kyrie Irving, bruv. They can't dribble like Kyrie, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So, like, you look at Giannis play, you can see, bruv. Man's bouncing. But the man was saying run and dunk, bro. The guy was learning a jump shot when he was already in the NBA.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched a minute of NBA, so I'm just gonna say I agree.
Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of them ones. How you could be in the NBA, yeah, that the best league in the whole world, and that, and not, bro, Shaq couldn't even take a free throw, blood, and he's seen as the most dominant player of all time, one of the best of all time, and he couldn't even shoot a free throw. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them. It's a completely different sport, innit? Do you know what I mean? But the point is, the more physical players can make up for what they don't have technically, and the same goes in any sport. Boxing is the same. Wilder's got that one bang.
I get the sentiment on it, yeah.
Yeah, Wilder has the one bang. So because he's got the one bang, he don't need a whole bag. He just needs the right hand, and that got man a world title. Because you don't need to be able to jab and move and do all that if I can punch you once and the show's over. You know, like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, Fury moves around and does all of this stuff, but he has to, because he ain't got a one-hitter quitter, bro. You know, like that. And when you got a one-hitter quitter, you ain't got to do all the extra stuff.
So and the idea is just that as football continues to evolve, we're going to see less and less technically sound players, and
they'll be technically
maybe more
sound,
players with specific traits.
They'll be technically sound, but they won't be exceptional because they don't need to be. Like, Jude Bellingham is the archetypal modern day midfielder, 6'3" or something, well built, can carry the ball, powerful, but on the ball, it's not mad intricate. Do you know what I mean? It's not. Do you know what I mean? First touches, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. It's not like the Decos of this world that couldn't run, but when you ping the ball to him, it died every time. Do you know what I'm saying? The midfielders like Deco, bro, they can't play in the modern game now. Not because they're not good enough, but because the physical demands, they can't live with them. That's all. But technical level, they're all better than all these players. They're all better than all these players. Like, there's not a lot of players that have the technical ability, yeah, on the ball to hang with the OGs in football like 10, 15 years ago. A lot of them don't have it. There's some players, like Chouameni and that, crazy on the ball, crazy athlete as well. He could play any era. Do you know what I mean? There's some of them ballers, but a lot of these other ballers, bro, the ball's just baggy touch. Do you know what I'm saying? Like all this now, they couldn't play in the era where man was really sourcing. They couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? So the more
That's why everyone
athletic,
looks at these athletes now and they try and overhype them because they think they can become that jack of all trades.
yeah, but that's why they say now they're just effective now. Like that's why the word is effective now.
And so
Do you know
it's
what I'm
just the
saying?
hope that they learn that ability. Yeah,
No,
I'm
hundred
starting to get,
percent. But it's all
starting to
about
get.
being effective now, bro. That's what it's about. Effective means you're a good athlete, you put up good numbers. That's what effective means. But that don't mean that you're a sick player, bro. Because there's loads of players that are effective in the modern game, but they're not sick footballers. They're not. You know, like that. And that's the problem. Like someone like a Foden, he's dying in the modern game because the modern game, yeah, is so based on being in a certain place and systems that players like Foden, he'll never spread his wings under Pep Guardiola. He'll never. Do you know what I mean? The same with Grealish. Grealish will never spread his wings under Pep, bro. Man were telling Grealish to pick up the ball at left back and that, bro. Like
I
that's
heard that
crazy.
interview. That was wild.
That's crazy. Do you know what I mean? And then look at Joao Felix, yeah. Look what he's doing at Barcelona now, yeah. And look what he was doing at Chelsea, bro. It's a completely different ball game. Like players like Joao Felix will not thrive in the modern game, in modern systems under modern managers. Xavi's more of a throwback manager in a sense that he'll tell these players go out there and enjoy yourself. That's what Ferguson used to do. But now, like, managers are micromanaging every footballer, bro. Like, you have to do this. Off the ball, you have to be here. You have to be here. You have to be here. To the point where these men are not even intelligent no more. Back in the day, footballers used to have to think for themselves. Now, they get micromanaged and they get coached through everything. So they know when you don't have the ball, you have to be here. Have to be here. When we have the ball, you have to be here. Have to be here. Back in the day, bruv, you used to pick 11 players, have a system and just say, yeah, you man go out there and like play football. Like I trust you. Make your own decisions, bruv. These men don't make their own decisions. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. They're just not smart, bro. You know what I mean? Like the game is completely different. So I'm not gonna stop judging players on their ability. I'm not gonna stop doing that. It is a new game, but I'm still gonna judge players on what they can do with the football at their feet. Everything else
Keeps you
aside
ahead
of
of
that, I
the
don't really
curve
care.
because I feel like with these players, it's now just a case of what ifs.
Yeah, bro, it's just a matter of time before
If
they
they
fall off a
get
cliff.
better, then it'll be even better. Then they've got the physical attributes and the technical attributes as well. But like, you're not going to develop much further at the age of 24 or 25, for example. You've done all your growing in your developmental years. I can understand that at the age of a 19, 20, 21. That's why some players, like a Nicholas Jackson, I've got some energy for, but I'm not writing them off. There's still time for them to develop, to change, to grow into their bodies, understand the technical side of the game a little bit more. Guys like Conor Gallagher who've been starting for like 2-3 seasons now. No. Like, I see what you bring. I see what you don't have. All you have is good work ethic and lungs.
Yeah, but that's Mason Mount though. Do you know what I mean? That's Mason Mount. That's a lot of these modern
Bournemouth.
players. That's a lot of these modern
another
players.
one.
Exactly. And this is why, yeah, you know what it is, yeah, as well. And you know how you can tell that this is a thing? Back in the day, yeah, when we were rating footballers, we never took into consideration, yeah, decision making. Because players were a lot more intelligent back in the day. So they would just do things. Now when we're watching the modern game and we're seeing like the chance where Sterling should have squared it to Jackson, or when Rashford like again and again makes the wrong decisions, you realize just how unintelligent, yeah, on the pitch the modern footballer is. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so unintelligent, bro. Like, the amount of times I'm watching the game and I'm shouting at the screen, I can see the pass, and I'm like, how have you not seen the pass? You know, like that. It's crazy, bruv. Like, I'm shouting, bro. And then man make the wrong decision. Play to the right when they should have played the left. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's all these things. And it's like back in the day, the reason why, yeah, Henry used to get so many assists, yeah, was because his decision making was 10 out of 10. If there's someone in a better position than him, he would just pass it across the goal. Even if he could score. Because he would look at it and he would say, you know what? As much as I back myself, there's probably a 70% chance I score, but there's a 100% chance he scores if I square it. You know, like that. That's just what it was. Decision making. If you wanna watch that Arsenal team, yeah, with him, Pires, and them man, yeah, Bergkamp, you
I
wanna see
remember watching
decision making.
Arsenal 2-2 Chelsea from like '05. I just found a video clip of it like a few months ago. One moment I noticed was, I think there was a goal kick, and the ball comes down and then it comes back into the air. Nobody's controlling it up and trying to take it down. It's going to Lampard, it's going to Pires, it's going to all these players, but they're just bouncing it up in the air. It comes to Henry, takes it down, beats a player or two, finds a pass. We'd ignore that in the modern day.
Yeah, of course.
Back in the day, though, like that would be crazy.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that most of these ballers, decision making is not there because they're not football smart, innit? Forget about off the pitch, because some players are football smart. Like Grealish is football smart, but off the pitch he's not a genius. We all know that. Do you know what I'm saying? But some players are just not football smart, innit? And in the modern game, you don't have to, because it's just a factory. They're just churning out players that can play, that can run, and just do basic things and take commands. That's all it is, bro. And that's why street ballers are dying. Like this comment about Salah, bro. When Salah does those things, yeah, that's when you see the street side of his game. When he's picking up the ball on the right wing and playing outside of the foot crosses and that. And even the goal he scored against Man City, where he was just kind of like just chopping and going past players and that, yeah. He's mad clumsy and that. But it's one of them things where that's the street element. When you're out in the street, blood, and man them are playing like, we used to call it like Wembley knockouts and that, where it was like, there might be 15 people and you're by yourself and you just got to score. And then when you score, you go through to the last round and that. A man's having to take on like 10, 15 players to get a shot off, blood. Like that's what happens when you play on the roads, blood. Like that's what you learn, bruv. That little bit of individual, that selfishness, that little bit of flair, that the determination to keep dribbling and going past players and stuff like that. You learn that on the streets, blood.
Now we don't tell them to go past players. Now we tell them to run and attack the space.
Yeah, but that's it. And now, but players can't do that now.
I just think Mudryk,
they didn't come up the same.
Mudryk's first game, he was doing that. He was beating players, running through them, making chances for himself. I ain't seen him do that since. But I've deeped more. I haven't seen him attempt to.
Yeah.
He gets the ball, he runs into channels now.
Yeah, he gets coached out of you. Do you know what I mean? And good coaches don't coach that out of players. But I've seen so many coaches coach it out of players. They coach.
Oh, we haven't had a good coach since Mudryk came.
They coach the rawness. They coach the street element out of players. And that's what it does. Do you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it does, unfortunately. So it's just one of them ones. When I was coming up, you used to get your ratings from what you done in those games, bruv. Wembley, we had Wembley, then we had Wembley doubles, where it might be.
Yeah, we used to call it World Cup.
But see, that's what I'm saying. And we'd have like the 2v2s and that, or we might have 8 teams of 2 and that. And really, the other guy was just a decoy, blood. You know, you ain't really passing it. You know them ones there, but it's just one of them ones. And that's how you built your reputation, with the ability of going past players and doing special things. And now, we call simple things in football special. You see what I mean? And that's why when I watch certain man,
we talk about passing patterns more than individuals, if anything.
But this is my thing, and this is why, yeah. When I watch players like Jude, when I watch players like Saka and all them, they're good players, but they don't move me, bro. Because man grew up on real footballers that you put them in a car park with 10 man there, yeah, and they're not getting the ball from them. Like, to me, that's what a baller is, innit? Like, all these other things, when man saying, oh, he's a baller. Nah, he's a good player, but he's not a baller, though. You know, like that. Iron Robin was a baller. Like, he had teammates, but he didn't need them. You know, like that. That's what, man, that's what ballers are. Eden Hazard was a baller. He had teammates, didn't need them, though. You know, like that. That's what that's what the ballers were on. When Figo, like, had no pace, and you couldn't get the ball off him. Baller. Had teammates, didn't need them. Same as Zidane. Ballers didn't need them.
What I would give for an Eden Hazard back, bro.
Bro, it's crazy. Like, Musiala's a baller. That's a baller. You know what I was like? When he gets the bruv, he's playing. Bruv, Alexis as well was a baller. Like, bruv, at Arsenal, what? Arsenal 1-0 down. Alexis was like, yo, hold my beer, bruv. Boom. 2-1 and that. Pick up the ball and just running through teams.
Sanchez was like he didn't even like having players around him. Like,
bruv, they just got in the way.
Everybody.
Bruv, them man were just getting in his way, blood. He's like, give me the ball and get out of the way, blood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that. And that's what Alexis was on, just baller. You know, like that. And these are the guys, yeah, that just, bro, these are what I call ballers. You know what I'm saying? Where man are out there playing their own game within another game.
That's another one. I'll put Diego Costa in there in his prime.
Yeah, bro, they're playing their own match within another match, bro. You know them, like real ballers are in the match, but they're playing their own match. That's what it is, bro. And like you saw, there was like a Barcelona game, yeah, like a veteran game the other day, and Saviola and Ronaldinho scored a mad goal, and they had bare other players around them, and they were just playing between themselves. That's how you know, man, are just ballers. Man said, forget them, man. We're just gonna do 1-2s and score. Ronaldinho back heel flick to Saviola, then scooped it over the top. Bruv, man are just doing their own thing. And when man are ballers, man, you do your own thing on the pitch, bro. Everyone else is playing their game. We have Ronaldinho
in today's age, though. We'll talk about his work rate.
Well, there you go. They'll say, oh, he's a luxury player.
Field activities and everything.
Bruv, they'll call him a luxury player in the modern game, bro.
Yes, that's it.
A luxury player, bruv.
Yes.
Man said luxury, bruv. You know, like that, it's crazy. Man says he's a luxury, bruv.
Does he track back, though? Does he track back?
Bruv, it's crazy. In the modern game, they'll play him on the left and tell him that he's got to track back. He couldn't even play in the middle in the modern game.
You gotta double up with the left back, man. You gotta cover distance. I need to see you at least get 6 tackles a game.
Bruv, it's mad. And this is what I said. This is how I know this game's finished, yeah? Because someone like Defoe, yeah, he's one of the most lethal finishers that England's ever seen, yeah? In the modern game, they'll stick him on the left wing, yeah, because he's too small, yeah? And then they'll have guys up front, yeah, like Nketiah that can't finish.
But they're physical. Yeah.
You
this
know
is why João Felix gets rejected by Pochettino, but we give Gallagher 7 starts out of 7 and the armband.
This is it, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the game. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, this is why. Man.
Game's gone.
But this is it. So this is why, yeah, like, when man's having certain conversations, you need to know who you're having them with. You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, it goes right back to the first point. It depends on their viewpoint of football. The Troy Deeney point you were talking about.
And that's it. Know what I'm saying? But the thing is now, it's like if they run around and they put it in for the badge, and that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Run around, do a couple
matters.
Tackles. It doesn't matter what happens to the ball. Just break up the play a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Beat your chest. Clap the fans at the end of the match. And we're all happy. Doesn't matter if you didn't get goals or assists. Doesn't matter if you gave the ball away for fun all match.
Yeah,
all depends on, do you get the club? They'd say Ronaldinho didn't get the club. João Felix didn't get the club. But hey, Conor Gallagher did. Now we're in 14th.
Yo, it's crazy. I can't even lie. Listen, you man smash up the like button. You know what I mean? Bro, we still ain't got the 500 likes, bro. And that was elite debate. You get me? We're on 409.
We're talking about Chelsea and you lot want to beat Chelsea. Dead.
Nah, that's it. Like, man said Sancho ain't a baller because he needs... Bruv, Sancho don't need... He doesn't. I'll be real. All Sancho needs, yeah, is freedom and confidence. And that's what he had at Bayern. That's what he had. He had confidence. And he was given the license to be the man and do what he needs to do. And if you give him that license, he will deliver, bro. Same with Pogba. Same with players like that. You just give them the license. Tell them you're the guy. Same with Grealish at Aston Villa. Tell them you're the guy and let these men go and do their thing, bro. That's all you need to do. All you need to do, fam.
Oh, yeah, so we're losing again on Wednesday.
Who have you got in the cup?
We got Brighton at home.
Oh, wow. Bruv, we got, I think, Crystal Palace. I don't know if it's home or away, though.
They've probably got a better chance than we do.
Are we at Crystal Palace or are we at home, guys?
It's long. Let me have a quick look.
I said Madison Boss is the
midfield.
Hey, Madison's a baller.
At home. You got 2 home games against Palace.
What do you mean 2? What, back to back?
Yeah, in the cup and in the league. Same week.
But I hate when that happens. Because you just know you can't win both of them. You know, like that.
I'm just thinking as an away fan, that's long. 2 trips up to Manchester. I'd stay over.
Yeah.
Save myself the trouble.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're finished against Brighton. That'll be one of our only cup competitions gone. Thanks, Poch.
That's
and
crazy.
We'll just see how we lose. Because either win or lose, you can't draw that one. You can't protect the points in this game as much as you'd love to try.
Nah, I hear that. Flip, man.
You guys got Brentford away. Yeah, that'll be a bit difficult, actually.
Yeah, that will be a difficult game. It tends to be, yeah. That's crazy.
I said the way he said, wow, bro, we deserve that disrespect, man. We deserve that disrespect. In the Premier League table for 2023, we are 17th out of 17th for all the teams that didn't get promoted or relegated. Because Everton beat Brentford.
That's crazy. That is actually crazy.
Genuine relegation form. I am genuinely concerned about where we finish this season. We don't have Tuchel's points to save us from the drop.
Yeah, this was like that Jose season, isn't it? Where man left. Or what you like?
Yeah, people can joke about like as it stands right now, we're in a relegation scrap.
Yeah, it's crazy. You lot will be fine though.
Well, hopefully they sack Poch before we get to that point. Bring in Sam Allardyce or something. I'm sure he could save us from the drop.
Nah, fact.
He's wanted a big break too for years. There you go. You can't be much worse than Pochettino, can you? No, well, I've said that about every manager, and we get considerably worse. So let me not even say nothing. This next manager might play Sanchez up front for all we know.
Boy,
how that might even work. We might get some goals.
Who knows? Even this, Man says in United have no thoughts on sacking Ten Hag or whatever. Bro, they said the same thing about Louis van Gaal, and then they sacked the brother like literally like 2 days later. You know, like that. So I don't really care what Man United say about the manager. That manager's job is not safe. I don't care what anyone says. You know, like
Man United are leaking news to Fabrizio. It says they're telling him what they want everyone else to know.
Oh, 100%. Bro, listen, when I'm seeing all of this chat, yeah, about players not being happy, yeah, he ain't got long left, bro. We know how the game goes. You know what I mean? Now, we know how the game goes. And this is coming from Man United journalists, so I don't care what Man United put out there. I'll be honest. Big up Nate for the super chat. He said the real ballers aren't really dying extinct. They're overshadowed by volume merchants. Sadly, new gen and casual fans just don't know better. It's a classic quantity over quality dilemma. Big up. Big up Nate. I wouldn't agree. The reason why I wouldn't agree is because, yeah, football used to be a working class sport, yeah, from the streets, and it's not that no more. Like, kids don't play out no more. Kids are sitting down in their yards playing FIFA and stuff like that. So the majority of what these kids are learning now are either at school or they're learning it at academies from a young age, bruv, where they're being programmed from a very, very young age. So all the stuff like I was saying about playing Wembley knockouts and all these things where you're doing all the dribbling and all the skills, this is what you learn when you play on the streets. Kids don't play on the streets no more. So where are they learning these things? Because you don't learn them in an academy, bro. You actually don't. You don't learn them in an academy. So there's nowhere for these kids to learn these things. And then if you're not in an academy, yeah, it's like, where do you go and play football? And even, for instance, there's loads of guys that do really well now, yeah. A few of them, like I know, on Instagram, and they're coaching kids, that doing 1v1 coaching sessions with kids. But what if your family can't afford to pay 50 quid an hour or 40 quid an hour for you to have a one-to-one technical coach for you to do skills? Then how do you learn? Do you know what I mean? So then football just becomes a middle-class sport all of a sudden. Kind of what it is in the United States. And that's the way it's going. Football's going away from the streets and the kids that don't have money, and it's going more towards the kids whose parents can afford for them to go and do the training. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's only going to get worse, bruv. I'll be real. Do you know what I'm saying? It's only going to get worse. Kids don't kick ball on the streets no more. Like, not at all, but if they're on road,
yeah, they get rid of all the football pitches where they can now, or you have to pay for an hour. Or the best you could do is maybe find like a little, like we have the Chelsea Foundation or something. I don't remember the name of it. Kickers or something like that. Yeah, something like that. That's the best you've got, unless you want to either literally play in the streets. Like, and I always see kids near my house where they're trying to use like little doors or like closed shops as like goals, for example. That's the best you could do. There's no football pitches anymore. They get rid of them, or they make you pay for entry.
That's it. And back in the day, we used to go Westway all the time, yeah, and kick ball for free. Because if there was no bookings, the people that were working there used to just let us go on the pitches and just play
Yo,
until someone
us as
turned up.
well, man. Then
Yeah.
they got stingy about it.
Exactly. And
Like
now
even
they'll
to this
just turn
day,
the
like
lights off on, man.
now we start jumping over the Linford Christie Stadium.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like all of those things. All of those things. Like even back in the day, Chelsea used to train, yeah. I could say this now, anyway. But they used to train in Kingston, bruv. Like in these pictures at the back near like Kingston University or something like that. There were some pictures that
Before
Chelsea
we moved to Cobham, right?
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, but me and my guys, we used to climb the fence in there and train on the pitches, bro. Where Chelsea used to train, bro. Like me and my boys. And we were young and we were like at academies.
Harlington, that's it. Harlington.
Yeah. No, Harlington is where QPR are.
No, I mean that's where we used to be.
You used to be there as well. Yeah, QPR are there now, but you lot were there as well. Do you know what I mean? But there are pictures like in Kingston, yeah, in the back, like in Surrey, where Chelsea and that used to train, bro. And me and my guys, we used to climb like in the school holidays. We had academies on that at the time, and we used to climb because we wanted to play on good pitches and stuff. And we used to climb literally over the fence, have to climb like into someone's back garden, yeah, then climb over their shed and climb into the pitches, bro, to play. And the groundsman used to see us training, but because he see that we kept coming back, he just stopped running us off the pitch. Some old white guy, and he just used to let us train, you know, like that. But it was one of them ones.
Same thing with us at Linford, bro.
Yeah, he just let us train, bro.
They just leave you.
Yeah, he used to just come outside. He was just like, guys, make sure you put the goals back when you're finished, because we used to wheel the goals out. We used to do everything, like, you know what I'm saying? There used to be some of the goals that weren't padlocked, and we used to wheel them out, practice our free kicks, do everything. And then he said, listen, as long as you put the goals back when you're done, I'll allow you and you can keep coming back. And we used to go there in Kingston, we'd climb over, you'd come outside, see us, leave us. You know, like that. You can't do that no more, bruv. Most of these kids are too fat to even climb the fence, bruv. Now, what are you doing?
You remind me of the funniest story. Bro, we did the same thing with like a group of 15 guys when we were younger. We were all climbing out the gate to get out. The fat kid has to go up last. He's just there at the top. He don't want to come down. He's there for like 2-3 hours. You had to call the fire brigade to come take him down and everything. Yeah. The man's just standing there crying. He's scared shitless, and all his mates are underneath him just laughing at him.
Mm.
Hella fat jokes, everything, bro.
It's crazy, bro. Like, bro, this is a society problem, guys. Like, it's not just football. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not just football. Like, even now, when I watch, like, I don't know if you lot watch rugby, yeah, but, bro, Australia were always good at rugby, blood. And now they're crap, blood. And it must just be because people ain't playing no more. You know, like that. Because, bro...
there's less access to it. Same thing with the football.
Fam, like, I just don't understand, bro. Like, they got smoked by Wales, yeah? Like the other day.
I'm only just deep in it now. You mentioned that before. If I want to kick ball, I'm just getting the ball. I'm going to a pitch. Now, I don't know where I'm going.
But this is
best I can do is like join a 7-a-side, 8-a-side team, and that's it. Like you can run that, but at a younger age, then no. What are you doing? Or if your parents can't afford to send you to football, then what?
It's crazy. Like pitches at goals and that are like £80 blood for the hour. £80. Like even Westway now. It's like £70 or something for the hour. For the hour. £70. So that means even if like I got my man them together and we went to play a 5-a-side, that's £7 each, yeah, if we got 10. That's crazy, blood.
Yeah, £7 each for my 7-a-side.
Bro, I used to get £1 pocket money, blood. So imagine that. Nah, it's crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? So
and cost of living is going up now as well.
Yeah,
you might not even be getting that as a kid no more.
But there you go. So this is the problem. So all these things where we used to climb in, do all these kids can't do this no more. So now they're playing FIFA instead, and they all think they're sick.
That's why everyone's gamers and everyone wants to be YouTubers now.
Yeah, but that's why they think they're sick ballers, yeah, because they can play FIFA and that. But the man are not outside 10 toes, yeah, having to get past 8 players to get a shot off, blood. And that's why that's why dribblers are dying in the game. They're dying in the game, and they will only die. They will only continue to die. And next point, yeah, bro, in about 10, 15 years' time, all players are going to be the same. Like, even when you look at strikers, they can't even finish anymore. What differentiated a striker from a midfielder and a winger was the ability to score goals and finish. And now strikers can't finish. Strikers now, Every striker in the world, pretty much now, you can play them on the wing because they just run. They can't finish. They can't head. They can't do nothing. Like, bro, Nketiah as a striker, you might as well play him left wing. What's the difference? What's the difference?
I literally 6 games of Nicholas Jackson, and that was the first thing that came to my head. I was like, bro, play him on the wing. You might as well. You don't finish.
You see what I mean? You can play Nketiah on right wing, left wing. It doesn't matter. Can't finish.
Might just be Haaland. That's the only one.
That's it.
But even then, Haaland, he's just scoring at a brace rate, so you wouldn't.
But that's it. Only him, though, bro. Even look at Gabriel Jesus, yeah? Bro, he's a winger. Man can't tell me he's a striker. He can't finish.
Guardiola had him as a right winger, playing his best football.
Can't finish. So why am I going to play up front if you can't finish? Like, and this is just what it is. In a modern game, strikers can't finish. And that's why Harry Kane is an anomaly. Because he can finish.
Yep.
But then everyone's going to focus on all the stuff he can't do. And that's just what it is.
I do see it. I see where it's going because a lot of the strikers I do see that they're not clinical.
Bro,
they're not clinical, but they're well-rounded.
Even Haaland. The only reason why he's made it to the top level is because he's a great athlete. It's got nothing to do with his ability to finish because his all-round game's dead. It's dead. He can get away with not having an all-round game because he's a physical specimen, bro. That's why. He's tall, he's quick. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's a handful to deal with. But if he was an average athlete, yeah, with his ability, he wouldn't be at the top level.
He's not scoring nearly as many goals.
He's not scoring as many goals, one, yeah. And two, yeah, he wouldn't get given the benefit of the doubt for all the stuff that he can't do. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Like, if Erling Haaland wasn't 6'4", 6'5", rapid, and he was just 6 foot bog standard athlete, like not slow but not quick, whatever, people are going to say, oh, he doesn't press, can't hold the ball, he doesn't do this, he doesn't
plays
do that.
Worse of him on the pitch.
Yeah, bro, like nobody focuses on what he can't do because he's a massive guy, bro. 6'5" and rapid.
Because eventually he does just bag a goal at the end of it.
Of course he does.
Which also does come down to his stature as well.
Exactly. Of course it does. Because look at the amount of headers he scores. He scored one the other day.
And he quietly does miss a few chances. Again, just high volume chances. He'll score one or two of them. The misses don't matter. Plus, you're in a team where, again, doesn't really matter as much because someone else could.
But this is it. Do you know what I mean? So, as good as he is, yeah, like, his athleticism is the reason why he gets away with it. It's got nothing to do with his actual ability. It's got nothing to do with it. Because when you look at his all-round game and the fact that he can't bring players in, he doesn't do loads of different things. He doesn't really press either. And because he's so tall, like, he doesn't have the ability to do the short, sharp pressing and turn quickly and do all of that. So most of the time you just see him, he's just jogging along, not really doing nothing. Like, if he didn't have special attributes, he couldn't get away with it. He couldn't get away with it. And that's where the game is now. Do you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what the game is.
We're going in a dangerous position as a sport and as a football club. Great.
Haaland is quick, man. Like, don't think Haaland's not quick. That guy's rapid, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, someone said...
someone in the comments saying that.
Yeah, nah, he's not quick. Bro, Haaland don't bully no one. He's not physical like Højlund for United. Højlund is physical. Like, he backs into players. He puts him... Erling Haaland ain't a bully, blood. He's bruv, he plays...
He's more of a roamer.
Yeah,
he's a bully when you're trying to outrun him or trying to push him off when he's at full speed.
Bruv, he runs like... He plays like he's Defoe size, bro. That's how he plays. He plays like a fox in a box, like he's small, wily. He looks for space. He doesn't look for players. He doesn't pin players. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's quick, but he's not aggressive at all. He's just smart with his movement. But he gets away with not doing a lot of things and not being able to do a lot of things because he still has the physical stature. He still has these things. If he didn't have those things, if he was a normal 5'10" guy, normal speed and that, there's nowhere to be at the top level because they wouldn't allow him to just ghost in games. They wouldn't allow it. They absolutely wouldn't allow it. Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of them ones. Like the man saying Nunes as well. Nunes is tall, quick, and aggressive and runs around a lot. So even though he misses loads, it's the athletic side of the game that allows him to get away with the amount of chances he misses.
So, like, Nunes, like, he's got better now, but at the start of the campaign, it was just Timo
Nunes
Werner
missed a mad chance the other game. Did you see it, bro? Like, man's in the box, he swiveled
there. Time, innit?
Man swiveled and slapped the ball out the stadium, and it's like, bro, it was harder to miss the target, but then he scored a goal that was harder. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
you gotta remember the work rate, the aggression, the passion.
That's it. And because he does those things,
just Nunes is better. Nunes is better than Werner.
But this is what I'm saying. Because Nunes does the physical things, it gets away with all of the inefficiencies that he has in the game. That's what it is. A lot of these players get away with not having certain things, yeah, because they make up for it with the physical side. Just like your mounts, they like pressures on the ball, all of these things. So even when they're not getting GA, they'll still play. Just like Gallagher.
I'll also quietly just say I think some of these men are attracted to a few of these players, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you just gotta be real about it.
Nah, I hear you, bro. Nah, it's weird still. No, I mean. Alright, big up everyone inside. Smash up that like button. We still ain't hit 500, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Them guys are asking, are you live today, bro?
Yeah, I'm live with Northside at 7.
Love that.
So yeah, keep a lookout for that little pilot episode.
Definitely look out for that, bro. Hey, listen, bro, man might have to check that out, blood. I can't lie,
we're
bro.
both gonna be crashing on our coaches.
Oh my days, I don't have a show at 7, blood. Hey, I'm active still. I can't even lie, bruv. You know, like that. So yeah, I'm there. I'm there for that still.
Bless up.
So you look, hey, bro, 7 o'clock. That's gonna be funny. I can't even lie. So I'm there. I'm active. Them man gonna be having a meltdown, bro, because Arsenal got popped. Do you know what I'm saying? And Chelsea stay getting popped. So, nah, that's gonna be a serious show. So I'm active, man. You don't get them lights up. You know what I'm saying? Man's back with Savo at 6 o'clock, and then if anything, man will redirect the stream to your stream, blood, at 7.
Yeah, I'd love that. Bless for that.
Yeah, man will tell Dave to do that, bruv. Man will tell Dave to do that, and then we'll go to watch that at 7 o'clock, and then at 9 o'clock, man are back with Daps, for the pilot of the new show, bruv. Do you know what I mean? It's
United. Noisy neighbours. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull up to that
United
one myself.
versus City, blood. I have to listen to these waste man tell us how rubbish we are, bruv. Allow it, bro. Yeah, I can't even lie. It's gonna be jarring, bro. Like, man, I have to listen to Man City just cooking, man, and man can't even defend it. You know, like that. So it's just
it's just gonna be sitting back, parking the bus all episode.
Yeah, this is what it is. So I don't know, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be one of those. And also on that show, guys, everyone that's watching the show as well, man's gonna be doing the giveaway for the new FIFA, innit? So yeah, like, make sure in that show at 9 o'clock, me and Dave will work out how you can enter or whatever, and then it will probably have to be like, I don't know, like a comment or something like that, and then we're just gonna do some bloody raffle thing. So it's the new FIFA for PS5. So yeah, man, we got a good day coming up, guys. Do you know what I mean? So
just for the super chat, by the way.
Yeah.
People are acting like opinions cannot change based on new evidence. When I put that tweet saying Jackson unmoved because he scored a brilliant goal in pre-season, we were not linked with Vlahovic, seriously. When we seriously got linked with Vlahovic, I took the time to think about it, and I said, you know what? Good competition. Got nothing against that. Come to Chelsea. But again, people act like people's opinions cannot change when based on new evidence. But big up for the donation. Does help the channel. Much appreciated.
No, I'm saying big
and save for the irrelevant points.
That's it. So, yeah, big up everyone inside. You know what I mean? Make sure you support the man them's channels. You already know what it is. Subscribe to Lewis. The link is in the title. You know what I mean? I'm back at 6. Then we're going to redirect to Lewis and Northside's show at 7. And then at 9 o'clock, I'm back with Daps. And then, we're going to work out a way for you lot to enter this giveaway for the new EAFC 24 as well on PS5. So, big up everyone inside. Smash up the likes on the way out. And I'm going to see you guys in a few hours.